Morning everybody, it's just after 8 o'clock on Friday morning, Friday the 29th of December. It's, as you can see, it's pretty frosty here, and in about an hour's time I shall be heading out to meet my two friends, Paul and Paul, and we're riding up to Scotland to start the 3 Pubs Challenge. It's been pretty wet but a bit warmer recently, but now we've got dry weather, albeit cold, and the whole weekend we're not anticipating anything higher than 3 degrees, so let's see how it goes.
Well folks, here we are on the A49. Just left a long lane calf just outside just outside Telford for a long day riding in the cold up to Abington in Scotland, because tomorrow morning we're heading off from Abington to the highest pub in Scotland, which is at Wanlock Head Inn, which is very close to Abington, our overnight stop. Then we're going on to the Tan Hill pub on the Pennines in Yorkshire, and from there to the Sportsman's Inn in Denbighshire, Wales. That means we will have visited all of the highest pubs in England, Scotland and Wales in a 24-hour period. That's the plan. Now the weather leading up to today has been terrible. It's been wet, it's been damp, it's been grey, it's been bloody horrible. Today, as expected, we've woken up to a bright, dry day. The forecast is to be dry for the whole weekend, but it's cold. It's about 0 to 1 degree at the moment. Tomorrow's forecast to be a bit colder. I'm riding with Paul Warren and Paul Collyer. I hope you can see them behind. It was Paul Collier's idea, so he's to blame for everything. Anything goes wrong, Paul Collier's fault. Get lost, Paul Collier's fault, even though I'm navigating. In total we're going to cover about 550 miles, bearing in mind end of November, short days. We want to get up to Scotland before it gets dark and gets really cold, and then we'll see how we go in the morning.
Right, it's breakfast time, ready to get us ready for whatever the day brings, like being bloody frozen. Video later, let's see how it goes.
I could be in bed now. Nice.
You could. Well, I tell you what, this is the old biker's trick of warming your butter up, right? You've got to utilise everything.
How do you warm your fingers up?
Don't ride a motorbike.
How do you warm your fingers up? I used to ride with my hands on the engine years ago.
Heated gloves. That's the way.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah,
Tell me,
now,
Mr. Warren,
great.
do you have any heated gloves?
Oh yes. Do you have heated gloves?
No, I don't.
Oh,
No.
who's going to have the cold hands today then?
But tell me, yesterday you had your heated gloves on, and did your hands get cold at any point?
Yes.
Were they switched on?
Yes. And on full power. And the heated grips are on.
Well,
Really? Yeah. There's something wrong there.
yeah.
Yes. My hands got cold. I think when it gets minus temperatures, they don't work as well.
Which is kind of defeating the object.
So assuming outside is -4 at the moment, we're going to build in a wind chill factor of what speed do we anticipate doing on the beat road up to One Lock Edge?
Well, who's in front?
80.
Who's in front?
Me? 80.
Yeah, 80.
Are you in
Yeah.
front?
80.
No, 80.
You do realise you've been recorded at the moment?
Sorry.
Is that 80?
Sorry, no, it's 60.
Yeah, 60.
60. You actually anticipate we're going to get up to 60 on that road with -4.
Good luck with that one.
I'm wondering whether we're actually going to get feet up.
I'm getting my knees down.
Yeah,
I think
you
I-
may well do that, Mr. Warren.
Involuntarily.
You eat all of me down.
You may have.
Why is Starbucks tea so shit?
I don't know. You may have an IDM,
IGM?
involuntary dismount.
Let's hope not.
Morning everybody. So it's about 8 o'clock in the morning at Abington Services, and here's Paul with the bike. Paul, what's the weather like this morning?
It's -4, extremely frosty and extremely cold.
So are you,
Bright and beautiful.
so are you looking forward to this morning's ride
Oh yes.
into the low highlands?
Oh yes.
Are you hoping the roads have been salted?
I think the roads will be fine. Let's hope. Let's be careful.
So Paul, what's the problem there, mate?
Oh, don't give Daryl something to go on with. Just don't. All right.
This is electronic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the key's not turning anywhere.
Morning! So, bloody hell, what can I say? It's 9 o'clock, -6. And we're in Scotland. And we're heading to One Lock Head Inn. We're going to visit the highest pub in Scotland. Then we're going to visit the highest pub in England. Then we're going to visit the highest pub in Wales. As you can see, I hope you can see, it's bloody cold. And I mean bloody cold. This is Abington. Just don't know how good the roads are, that's the problem. They look like they've been salted. I can see ice. So the roads have been salted, but yeah. Let's put it this way, I doubt any of us will be looking to do any scratching this morning. Not that we ever do, but you know what I mean. Places like that I don't like, where there's water across the road. It's going to be ice. Beautiful scenery. And then the other day, a cracking little road to ride. Looks like a nice, smooth, grippy surface. I just want to tell you, the windscreen on the bike is just covered in ice, in frost. Parts of this road are still really frosty, this bit, and it's shiny. As you can see, this road is frosty. So, we can see the pub, it's just up ahead. Well, we made it this far. Another fuel stop and we're on the A66 heading towards Appleby, I think. 23 miles to run before we get to the, which pub is it? Tan Hill. Warmed up a bit, not quite as bitterly cold, it's just bloody cold now. We've got the sun. I see on the top of the Pennines there's a little bit of snow. Don't expect we're going to see any of that though. This is not so pleasant. Fog, could be freezing fog, and I'm not sure if the road is icy or not. So we'll just take it easy, very easy. That is ice on the road. Some ice, some water. All of it slippery. Ice, water, water and ice. Yeah, that shiny stuff you can see on the road is a mixture of water and ice. It's just really not nice. That's salt at least. Well, we made it, boys. We made it to Tan Hill Inn.
Right, so here's the latest. I'm just outside Manchester at Limb Services, and I'm by myself. Paul and Paul got separated up near a place called Nelson. They, I think, went onto the wrong motorway. So got a call from Paul Warren to say meet you at Limb Services. So I'm here, been here about 15 minutes. No sign of Paul or Paul yet. I've tried calling them. It's now 6 o'clock at night. We haven't got to Wales yet. The Welsh pub is probably about an hour away, and once we've got there, getting home is another good hour. So I'm just waiting for Paul and Paul to turn up and see what we're going to do. I don't know, Mr. Warwick. Tell me, what happened back up there at Nelson on the M65?
Well, you went straight on and I turned left.
Okay.
I wonder why. Don't ask me.
So tell me, was yours the right way to go?
Probably not. Considering you were here 15 minutes before me.
Yes. Okay. How was Manchester?
Beautiful.
The traffic was wonderful.
Everybody should travel through Manchester on a Saturday evening.
Rush hour time.
Rush hour.
Brilliant.
On a motorbike, in the dark, when you can't see where you're going. Because your visors all misted up.
In the cold.
In the cold.
So Paul, highest pub in
We made it, guys. Yeah, the highest pub in Wales. Yeah.
And what are you having to drink in the pub?
Well, a cup of tea, of course. What else? How awfully British. Yeah.
And Mr. Paul Warren, how do you feel after riding 400 miles?
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
And you're having a nice
Lovely
beverage?
cup of tea in
Another cup of tea. Well done.
How rock and roll are we? Huh? How rock and roll are we?